What is up, guys, gals, and non-binary pals? My name's Naomi. Welcome to House of Miscellania. Today I'm coming at you with a WIP in chat. WIP stands for work in progress. I am going to chat with you for about an hour, and let me just get right into it. I don't need to explain what's going on. You should, more than likely, you know what you're in for, and if you don't, well, you're going to find out. So, welcome. If this is your first time here, thanks for joining me. If you're coming back, thanks for coming back. Let me just go into my tools really quickly as to what I'm going to be using while I'm working on this diamond painting. First and foremost is my diamond painting tray is from Firefly. This is the Switch Mini Max from Firefly. It has a removable lid, which I usually do, and then set off to the side because I don't need it. It has a removable trash tray, which again, I usually do, set that off to the side. And then there's a little hole in the top where you can put your diamond painting pen and it won't roll away on you, which is pretty awesome. And then it also has an open and closed pour spout, which if you look at the bottom, looks like a whistle. I like that. I don't know why that amuses me so much, but there's that. I've also got a trinket tray here with some goodies in it. First and foremost is this beautiful pen from Kevin's DP Pens, and I love this. They're going to be one of the sponsors for the upcoming Mary Morales event. Super excited. In my multi-placer over here, I've got Diamond Art Emporium's sample putty. This one has not officially come out yet. I told Ren that I would give it a try and see, you know, how it worked out. Let him know if I had any pointers, whatever, but this is the vanilla shortbread scent. I've got a few other sample scents from Ren. Let me grab those out and show them to you really quickly because I gotta tell you, I am in love them. There is the Butch scent, which is blue sage. I like this one the best, actually. Then there's the fruity watermelon. There is the floral gardenia, and then of course the vanilla shortbread. And then in my single placer, I am using Ghost from Diamond Painting Daily. You can find them on Etsy. That's their little symbol. I swear by Ghost. It's sort of like if you had a liquid glue dot and then you let it dry inside of your single placer and it works just like a glue dot. And I'm telling you, it is my favorite thing to use. Wow, sorry. Bacon just shook the whole world again like she likes to do. Bacon. Silly kitty. Anyways, happy Wednesday to you guys. For me, it's Tuesday when I'm recording this, but for you guys, it's Wednesday. Let me show you the painting that I'm working on as well. I'm working on this little section here, and the painting that I'm working on is from Jaded Gem Shop. This one is Aphrodite. Isn't she beautiful? She is one of Jade's hand-charted or pixel-charted canvases. She is a 50 by 70 with 40 colors, 2 metallic and 2 glimmer drills, and oh, I love her so much. I love Chrissa Bug anyways. That's the artist, and this one just, it called to me. I needed to work on it. I've also got some tarot cards here. I usually, at the last half, I will grab out the tarot cards, pull the top card, and give us a thought for the week. I won't worry about those right this minute. I'm going to set them to the side, actually, so that we can get right into it. And then tell you about my week, because that's where we start with all of this, right? Well, so since last week, what has gone on? Oh, all right. So we got our first dirty S word here in the state of Wisconsin. Got a little dusting of snow. Started out as rain and then eventually worked its way into some snow. And I don't love the snow. It really makes life difficult for everyone to drive, to exist. It's cold, it's gross. I mean, it's beautiful to look at if you're, just inside of your house, you're not doing anything, yeah, awesome. Snow's great. But it makes it so that it's cold. And I was talking about this a little bit in my last whip and chat, like what I was planning on doing once the snow flew, like for walking purposes. And man, I just don't want the pain in the butt of driving to the mall, because I was talking about mall walking, which I feel like I'm a little young to be mall walking, but I'll do just about anything. Well, okay, so the dirty S word, right? I decided, okay, I'm going to bite the bullet. I've got to, because, Beans and the animals, they still have to go to the bathroom, whether it snows out or doesn't snow out. And Beans loves the snow. The problem with the fact that Beans loves the snow is that he sandbags about every 5 feet or so, and he will flop down in the snow and make, Dustin calls them biblically accurate snow angels, meaning, wow, throw my pen, meaning that they just, he lays down and then it looks like a ball of wings, and not really humanoid, because, the biblically accurate angels, they didn't actually look like people. Well, okay, so I have a video for you. I'm gonna pop it up here and show you that he enjoys making his snow angels, loves the snow. In fact, he's a Great Pyrenees, and they're a mountain dog, so snow is kind of what they're built for. They don't do tremendously in hot weather, so once it starts snowing out, they're really in their element. And when he decides to lay down in the snow, he will do everything in his power to make sure that he does not have to get up. And in like that particular video, you'll see that he basically just lays down, he refuses to get up, and he'll lay out there like that for 20 or 30 minutes refusing to get up. So it's like I have to find a way to coax him to get up. Usually it's, convincing him that there was a sound that we need to go investigate or whatever. But yeah, it's very cute. It's not cute when it's freezing cold and windy outside and you just want to go back in the house and he refuses to, because he hasn't even yet done his business. He's just flopped in the snow and refuses to get up. So yeah, very cute, but not fun when it's you and it's cold and snowy outside. But he loves it, and so therefore I can't be too upset, because he does love it so much. It's almost like when my kids were little and they wanted to get bundled up into all of their snow gear and go out and play in the snow. And so it's funny to see him with such, like essentially toddler excitement for snow. But I'm just jaded and old and cold now. Okay, I'm not that old, but you know what I mean. I'm jaded and I'm cold, and I don't want to be out in the freaking snow. Like, it's the last thing that I want to be doing. So, I'm going to have to figure something out, though, because, like I said, he absolutely loves the snow. And once you get him out into it, it's damn near impossible to get him back in. I'm going to have to figure out a strategy of some kind, because, it's not the most fun for me. Oh, I got my nails done for the event for Mary Morales. Now, I say I got them done. I actually did my nails. Ish. Okay, so my nail tech, he does the acrylic part of my nails to keep them strong, because my nails underneath are like paper thin. I've actually cut myself open with my own nails because they're so thin. So I get acrylic over top of them, keep them strong. Well, he did the acrylic and then he does a white polish, and then as you can see, they are watercolored, and it is actually watercolor paint for nails. So he lets me play with the watercolor, and I do. I sit and I paint my own nails, okay? And then afterward, he applied the gold foil to some of my nails, these two nails and these two nails. He applies gold foil and then clear coats them, and then they're done. But I painted my nails. So I did that for Mary Morales. I wanted them to match my painting, Mizuchira, and I think they're going to look great. I haven't seen them right next to the painting yet, but I feel like, well, here, I'll put my fingernails up on the screen, and then next to it I'll put a picture of Mizuchira, and then you tell me how you think I did. Boom. I think they're pretty amazing. I'm very pleased with them. But I got my nails done. That was actually this week. Oh God. Okay. So I went with Dustin over the weekend to a birthday party, and it was held at a bar, and we went out of town, not far out of town, but we went out of town to this bar in Beloit, Wisconsin, which is like an armpit, basically. No offense to anybody who lives there, but you know where you live at. It's not like the most amazing place to live. Well, the bar scene in Wisconsin, if you could call it a scene, our bar scene is very active. People are drinkers up around here, like professionally. Side note, before I tell you the story about going to the birthday party at the bar, there are places, and this is a true story, okay? There are places where if you go there, you travel there, where there are drink maximums for people, like on cruises or places in the Florida Keys, you know, places abroad. They have these drink maximums, and many of them will say, unless you can show a Wisconsin license, and then you can drink as many drinks as you want, because in Wisconsin, they legitimately start them out so freaking young here. Like, we are allowed to take our children to the bar, buy drinks, and hand them directly to our kids. As long as there is a parent or guardian present, that child can sit and imbibe alcohol, and there's no issue. Now, you can't throw like house parties. You can't have other people's kids over at your house drinking and whatever and not get in trouble, but you can get your own kid drunk if you want to. Yeah, that's how seriously they take their drinking in Wisconsin. Well, we go to this bar, and it's called 5 Bar. And, well, at first, before we go, I told Dustin, like, I haven't eaten anything today, and I want to eat something. Now, mind you, I have 5 years sobriety under my belt, but my problem was not alcohol, okay? That is not to say that I went to this bar and I drank alcohol. I did not. I do not. I don't drink anymore. But I have 5 years sobriety, so like going to the bar is not a problem for me. It's not a trigger. You know, I don't have issues with that. So don't worry that this is going to end in some sort of like I got hammered or whatever fashion. It does not. In fact, going to the bar and remaining sober at the bar is an interesting, it's almost like being an alien visitor to a planet. First of all, I tell Dustin I'm hungry. I want to make sure that I eat something before we go there, because I don't know whether they'll have food or not, and I decide, you know what, let me check and see if they have bar food. You know, the usual like fried fare that you can get at the bar, pizza. Sometimes they'll, you know, heat up pizzas for people or whatever. And so I'm looking on their menu, and at first I see what I think is food, and I'm like, oh wait, they have food. And then I look a little bit deeper and realize, no, it is not actually food. It is a mixed drink that has cereal in it. I'll pop a photo on the screen. I don't know who this photo belongs to, but it was on like their Google reviews or whatever. So there's a photo of these two drinks that have cereal inside of them. That was what I saw initially, thinking like, oh, this place has food, no big deal. No, didn't have food. We stopped. I ate, you know, a sandwich from somewhere, you know, whatever, before we went. Well, going into this bar was an interesting experience. It looks like, and I don't have photos. I didn't take photos. I probably should have taken photos to show you exactly like what kind of bar I'm talking about, but this bar was like the exact kind of hipster type place that I would have really enjoyed when I was in my 20s. Well, I mean, there's just ironic stuff everywhere. They've got Bob Ross playing on the TV like the whole time, silent, but you know, Bob Ross is playing in the front room, and the whole place doesn't have like a single bar stool. It's all like 1970s comfy couches or whatever, where they're comfortably uncomfortable, where like you sink into the couch so far that you feel like you're almost sitting on the floor, and when you try to get up, you're like literally sucked into the couch. Okay, you know what I'm talking about? Those kinds of like old furniture, you know, strewn about, like somebody went out on like college dorm cleanup day and just found whatever crappy 1970s couches that they could find laying on the side of the road, and then decided to make it the bar's furniture. Okay. Well, so at one point, you know, I'm just drinking soda. Dustin had a couple of beers, nothing major. But after he has his first drink, I said, well, why don't we just go step out the front door for a minute, just kind of get some air. I want to get away from all of these like 20 somethings that are there. And we go outside, and I'm sitting inside of the car, but I have the door open so that I'm not like quite in the car. Like I'm seated sideways in the passenger seat, and he's standing out on the sidewalk, and we're just chatting. With the birthday party was for his work friend. Her name is Maria. Very, very nice. I actually kind of taught her some things about diamond painting, and she came onto our Discord once and said she was pretty sure she joined a cult, which I found hilarious, by the way. But it was her 24th birthday. So yeah, we're outside minding our business, and I finally start talking about like what I've been thinking basically the whole time that we've been at this bar, which is that it looked like a place that we really would have enjoyed when we were in our 20s. And this dude, let me describe, no, this dude is standing, like walking up because he's going to go in the bar, and he hears me say, yeah, this is the exact kind of hipster bar we would have enjoyed in our 20s. And I apparently offended this dude, which, whatever. I mean, meh, get over it, right? He says, when he hears me say this, well, I'm 41, and this is the kind of bar that I enjoy now. And I look him up and down, and I probably gave him what amounts to a pretty, like, type look. Because, one, starting at the head, okay, dude has a pompadour with, like, the crispiest gel to keep it in its little pompadour shape. If you don't know what a pompadour is, look it up. Hipsters have them. He's got a pompadour. He's wearing 2 plaid shirts, one on top of the other, layered, skinny jeans, and these, like, very ironic cowboy boots. And I give him, like, the full once over sort of deal, like, I don't say anything. And I was just like, okay. Well, I offended the dude, clearly, and I'm thinking to myself, like, of course I offended you. You look like a proto-hipster with your pompadour and your skinny jeans and your double-layered freaking plaid shirts, but whatever. Boo-hoo, cry about it, you know, whatever. Well, we eventually go back in, and Dustin and the group wanted to hang out in the back room because they were going to be doing house music, or whatever amounts to house music nowadays. And so Dustin's thinking we're going to hear, you know, some kind of, like, I don't know, rave music. I don't know what the hell he was expecting. It was house music, right? So it was going to be, you know, where somebody is DJ and they put together tracks where there's, you know, like, there's this repeating random phrase in it, and eventually, like, the beat drops, and, you know, it's like whatever. Okay, I enjoy music. I enjoy music of all kinds. So, you know, I'm like goofing around, just standing in one place, like, you know, like doing freaking raver hands or whatever, just for shits. And Dustin's just giggling because, you know, I don't know if he was getting some sort of memory of his raver days, because he used to like to go to raves. And this woman comes staggering into the room. Now, this back room that we're in, it has a beer pong table in it. Now, the cups or whatever are only filled with water, but anybody can play, and, you know, there's basically you make up your own rules per game if you're going to allow people to interfere or whatever. Well, this woman, who's probably my age if I had to guess, comes staggering into the room with another person, very clearly drunk. She's literally wearing head to toe denim, okay, a halter top where her belly is hanging out, and a cowboy hat. She had these, like, bell-bottom looking pants on, but, like, her bell bottoms didn't quite make it past her ankle. So she had these big bell bottoms on, but then these teeny tiny little shoes underneath. So it looked like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, if my diamond painting pen was her shoe, and then, like, my sleeve is representative of her pants, like, that's how much room there was at the bottom, with, like, this little shoe sticking out, because it didn't go all the way down to the toe. Like, if you're going to wear those kind of pants, you need to make sure that they are low enough, right? Well, she is being more than obnoxious, like, very obviously trying to recapture her glory days, I guess. I don't know. What did Dustin end up calling her? Denim Chicken? Yeah, Denim Chicken. That became her nickname for the night. And she was just a ball of too much. Eventually, when she just started getting louder and louder and louder, and then the person who was playing the house music, in an effort to, like, I don't know, drown her out or something, just continues to kick up the volume on his house music. It was just like the worst feud in history between a drunk patron and the DJ, the house DJ, trying to vie for attention. It was like the saddest thing I've watched play out in a long time, and also kind of served to remind me why I don't go to bars anymore. Especially because, like I said, it's almost like being in a parallel dimension when you're sober, because you're seeing things for what they really are, and then the people who are lubricating, I'll put that in quotes, lubricating, they don't see it that way. They see the world through their, you know, kind of drunk glasses or whatever. Well, it reminded me that I don't need to go to the bar again anytime soon, and I'll be good. Like, I think we made it a total of, well, the party started at 7. We got there at like quarter after, whatever. We ended up like essentially deciding that we'd had enough and wanted to go home at about like the 9:30, 9:45 mark, which all I really wanted to do was get home and diamond paint or play video games or do something other than be at the bar watching Denim Chicken displaying herself in a phenomenal, crazy mating dance with all of these like 20-somethings. I had texted my oldest because the town that we were in is the town where she goes to college. And I said, hey, we're down at this 5 bar. Do you want to join us? And she was telling me, no, I got this test and that test tomorrow, and I've got to finish my homework. But she's like, well, enjoy that, because pretty soon it's going to fill up with college students. And I was like, ugh, gross. So, yeah, we ended up getting out of there, I think, before any college students really descended on us. But I was half tempted to ask Dustin to ask his coworker, like, how it went after we left with Denim Chicken, because it was like she was trying so hard to upstage the actual birthday girl, who was wearing a cute little tiara. Like, she looked phenomenal. She looked like she was feeling herself. The birthday girl, I mean. Denim Chicken, she looked like she was feeling herself too, but I don't know. I feel something weird about a woman who is very clearly my age and trying to recapture her youth or her prime around a bunch of college kids. So I should have asked kind of how the rest of the night went, but I figured if there was something to tell, we probably would have heard about it. But yeah, that was my Friday night, and you bet your sweet bippy, I came home, I played around with diamond painting, and went to bed kind of early, because I just don't do late nights anymore. I don't have the patience. I don't have the tolerance for it. Because I also tend to get really grumpy when I get sleepy. And I didn't want to take it out on, obviously, the girl whose birthday it was, because she's a 20-something. She should be there enjoying herself and enjoying her birthday, because that's what we were there for. But yeah, so all in all, I offended a hipster and got to watch a lady in double denim make a complete ass of herself, and was reminded exactly one of the things that I will bring up about what I am thankful for this year, which is 5 years of sobriety. So there's that story for you. Anyways, all right, got a drink of my soda. Got to get my next colors. There we are. So anyways, let me know down in the comments, like, have you had a similar experience where you just felt like, I don't know, an alien landing on a planet you didn't know why you were there, you know, what you should do, and just really badly wanted to go home because, yeah, that's that's kind of where I was, like, most of that couple of hours that we were out. And would I do it again? I mean, if my daughter invited me out or something like that and wanted me to meet her out at the bar, even though that's really just not her style, I would do so. But I certainly wouldn't be there to be a 40-something trying to recapture my glory days. Like, this was clearly somebody who peaked in high school. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But I think my foray into 20-something parties is probably, you know, time to put the kibosh on that sort of behavior, because I did have a good time. It was just more or less the good time that I had was in apparently offending a hipster and making jokes about denim chicken, and her drunkenness playing Pong with a bunch of 20-somethings. So, anyway, thought you might enjoy that little story. Other than that, you know, it's been business as usual. I am not going to bore you with further details on my prep for Mary Morales, but suffice it to say that that is progressing beautifully, and I'm really, really excited, you guys. By the time that you watch this, we really only have a few days left before the event officially kicks off, and I have not yet kitted up my kit. I'm trying to save everything because, as you know, I diamond paint like just super, super quickly, and I don't want to breeze through the experience and not really like soak it in. So I'm taking it step by baby step, you know, just trying to make sure that I've got this canvas to last me at least a month, if not possibly, you know, carry it over into 2 months. I don't know. But I know that this week we're all watching, well, some of us, not all of us, some of us are watching the Black Friday items coming up for offer from various places. Diamond Art Club specifically, I'm watching because I have a feeling it'll probably be Cyber Monday like last year, but they released new, like brand new Moraleses last year. Well, new to us anyways. And I have a feeling that we're going to see some new Moraleses drop for Black Friday at Diamond Art Club this year. So keeping my eye out for that. I think that it would be exciting to see some more Moraleses, but I do have some pieces kind of picked out already out of, you know, what I consider to be the contenders. I've got a top 3. I don't even know how many paintings I'm getting, but I made it, you know, a top 3. So could be over the next couple of days or whatever that my mind is changed on which 2 or 3 I want to settle on, but that's what I got going for right now. Look at that. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just very excited when drills fit into an area like just a glove. Sliding your fingers into a glove and it fits perfect. Oh man, this painting. I love the colors on it. I've mentioned it before, but this one really kind of reminds me of like a pink, raspberry sherbet ice cream or something. I don't know. It's just very beautiful. Okay, so I have tarot cards that I would like to read the top card so we can get ourselves a thought for the week. I really enjoy doing this because it gives me something to think about for the week and something to kind of ponder on going forward. And I wanted to share my process with you when I decided to start doing tarot cards. Not a whole tarot reading, but you know, I wanted to kind of show you a little bit of what has been my belief structure since I was young. And so I thought, yeah, the tarot cards. I'm just finishing up this color here. I've just got a few more drills to lay down, and then I will pick a card for our thought for the week. But honestly, when I draw these cards, it really does help me to put certain things in perspective. It kind of pokes at something that may be weighing heavily on me and I need to resolve. Just, it helps me. I hope it helps you too, because that's kind of the point. But let me put down the plastic here so we don't get cards stuck in anything here. Scoot these things out of the way. And then, like I said, I've already shuffled these cards. And for those who are not familiar, these do have what is called reverse and divine meanings, meaning that there's one meaning when it is right side up and another when it is upside down. So there is divine means the upright, and then reverse is the upside down. So I always flip them this way so I see exactly how they were supposed to be. Oh, the soul shrinkers. What is this dude? Doesn't he look crazy? I love it. Now I picked these up because Brian Froud is the artist, and he's the one who did all of the artwork for the Labyrinth movie. And you probably can see it in the artwork. It's pretty obvious, but let's see what the Soul Shrinker has to say for us. And it is right side up. Some of these have boobies, so I gotta be careful what I'm showing you. The Soul Shrinker. All right, the key words are cruelty, malice, gossip, curses, destruction, and blessing. Uh-oh. All right, critical and malicious thoughts and words are having a detrimental effect on the situation and need the people involved in it. And the people involved in it, excuse me. Steps need to be taken to banish this curse energy through love and compassion, or at the very least, through forgiveness and a refusal to accept the curse unto oneself. Understanding the implications of this and transforming the behavior and feelings involved is a major and often very difficult step in human spiritual development. One of the things usually involved here is taking responsibility for ourselves and our own feelings rather than blaming others for the way we are. Another part of this process is to learn to be compassionate toward ourselves. If we can do that, it is much easier not to be horrible to and about others. This doesn't mean that we're supposed to be all sweetness and light all the time. Constructive criticism, given compassionately, is part of being real, and reality is a good thing to be in touch with. Feeling a little called out. I'm not sure what I did to deserve that. You know, let me mark my little page here. I often have wondered, like, I am one of those people that what other people think of me matters so intensely. It really does. And I don't know why that is exactly. I feel like we as human beings, we're very social creatures, and we long for the acceptance of others. And so when we feel like others are talking crap or being cruel about us, we tend to kind of double up instead of going to that person and saying like, hey, it hurts me when I find out that you're talking about me or whatever, and we almost like perpetuate it instead of just solving the problem and calling somebody out and saying like, hey, I heard what you said, or I heard about what you said. But I've described a person recently that really has always bothered me. And that's the person who, in these situations where, let's say, a person is venting their feelings, or a person is, let's be honest, talking crap about someone else, and then they get caught, like, they tend to be very cruel to the person who's like calling them out and saying like, hey, you know, so-and-so's actually a really nice person if you give them a chance. Like, they will, with a quickness, turn on you. And so oftentimes we're complacent in stopping that kind of behavior because we're worried a lot that someone eventually is going to call us out on our bull crap, and we definitely don't want that. It's so much easier to watch somebody else, I don't know, like, go through it, for lack of a better term. I feel like we watch other people really just like get destroyed, and not to their face. It's almost always behind their backs. But we don't say anything because we fear that same ostracizing, you know? And a part of me is in the, you know, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger camp. But I don't know why we sometimes just sit and allow others to really like dog on someone that potentially could have made a really amazing ally, I guess. And I can't say I'm not guilty of the same thing. I plenty of times have had the opportunity to say to someone's face like, hey, you know, I said this about you because XYZ, or, you know, or even admitting when I did something wrong to someone. Instead, I'll double down and like, no, I never said anything. I don't know what you're talking about. I said this, which I guess could be construed that way. No, I was just as much involved, and I don't understand why it is in our, like, basically, it's in our best interests to not do that and to like bolster ourselves with our friends, but somehow we ingratiate ourselves into our groups by really just putting others down to make ourselves feel better. And I really have been trying to resolve to do better than that. like just generally better than that. It's hard because I want to be accepted so badly, and if I just join in on the, you know, the hurricane that's about this one person, then as long as we're all pointing fingers in that direction, then they're not pointing at me. And sometimes there's no way to fix that. There's like gossip and smack talking and whatever are gonna happen. What I want to have, though, is friends who will know the difference between my saying something really damaging or harmful about a person and my generally just, I don't know, speaking about the person as if I understand and know their lives, but maybe not in a way that's like really nasty gossip. It's just a judgment on a person when I don't really know them. And it's all about basically having the person look at my right hand so they don't see what my left hand is doing. And that is trying to keep myself safe and secure from that person starting in on me. I don't like the person who, when I am talking about somebody, venting about somebody because I'm frustrated, that they go right directly back to that person. And you'll never believe what Naomi said about you. Well, why did you feel it was necessary to go back to them? I don't know, man. I don't know. So this card, like it hits home. It does, because I know that I've been guilty of just literally talking crap and not actually trying to find a solution for these issues. And it's harder than you would think. It really is. And so I'm gonna continue to try and myself like rise above the crap, because our lives are so short. They're short enough as it is, right? We make it to what, something like 68, 70 years old, somewhere in that realm. We're still trying to recapture some stuff, because like even when I worked with elderly people, you'd think it gets better as you get older. It doesn't. It doesn't. It continues. People just like to sit and, I don't know, for lack of a better word, like clucking hens with each other. All of the elderly women, they would still sit around in their little circles and just badmouth each other. And it's like, yeah, you want to expect better of yourself, but what do you do when you mess up? Like, what is your go-to? Because it's, as you guys know, like, it's not often that you see somebody that's doing that, just literally spouting off at the mouth about somebody that they do end up like taking it back or whatever. I don't know. I don't want to be old and bitter and hurt down into my bones from both like an arthritis that I've carried around and it's gotten worse, but that arthritis is actually like my bad words for another human being. And I want to get to a place of just quiet and enlightenment where I can truly be myself. I think I can get there. It's just going to take a lot of practice. It's going to take a lot of patience, and it's going to take a lot of self-control. And also to avoid when I see it, those people who will 100% go behind you and tell another person like, I want to be better. I want to do better. And I don't want to cut myself so much slack. But you know what I don't want also is I don't want to hear about myself, you know? Cuz it does, it hurts. I mean, I do want to hear about myself because I want to hear what others think of me and whatnot. But then at the same time, when I hear those things about myself, either A, I'm forced to be introspective and to say like, well, could it be true? Could what they're saying actually be true? Or am I only worried that it is? Oh, where did my drills? There we go. I don't know. It's a deep subject, and I don't like gossip generally. I don't. It's hard sometimes to avoid it. Sometimes, even the diamond painting world, I know it's like, people are like, I just want to diamond paint. I don't want to have all this stress. I don't want to think about all these things. Like, just tell me funny stories about your dog or whatever. And I 100% can do that. But I have this different perspective wherein I want to I want to feel like I don't have to worry about what others say, and that someone else is going to give others the wrong impression of me when they don't know me at all, you know? And I've seen enough of the general populace to know that it's the ugly, ugly, ugly nature of this beast. Well, I think I've given myself some food for thought anyways. But I hope that in some ways I've given you something to think about too, where maybe when you're in a group of your friends and all of your friends seem to be just what you think is harmless chatting about a person, be aware that there are those people in the group that will go back to that person and tell them exactly what you said, just to, I don't know, they say it's out of wanting to help, but you know it isn't. And I hope that you, like me, in this upcoming year will be able to find, I don't know, like a sense of peace about yourself, a sense of knowing. And I think that as a people, we're getting there. We really, really are. And sorry if this was a weird whip and chat kind of all over the place, but it's funny sometimes what the tarot cards will bring up. And then I realize, like, I haven't laid a diamond in 5 minutes. I'm just sitting here explaining something. Well, I think that with that, I will leave you with a couple of parting quotes, okay? One of these actually got me through rehab because I was so worried that when I came out of rehab that I would be the subject of so many conversations because of the mistakes that I had made, and people were going to have their opinion on it whether I liked it or not. And I want your experience to be different in your life, where you don't have to feel that way. Easier said than done. I know it's hard because we always feel like somebody is watching and somebody is judging, and in some cases those people are very, very vocal. But anyway, my parting quote that helped get me through rehab, and the idea that afterward that just people would be talking mad crap about me. It's from David Foster Wallace, I believe the name is. You'll worry less what others think of you when you realize how seldom they actually do. You know, we sit here just concerned that somebody is talking crap about us. We're paranoid. It's like, you know, they're... Oh, I don't know what just happened. You don't have to worry so much about others and what they're sitting there thinking about you, because usually they aren't. We have our own crap that we're dealing with, our own big stuff. Now, yeah, there are some that are 100% thinking about you and writing about you in their journals, or just dogging you to all of their friends, and you don't hear about it because you don't have mutual friends. But you'll worry less what others think of you when you realize how seldom they actually do. Love that quote. Love, love, love that quote. And then the other quote that I kind of wanted to leave you with, I'm not really sure where this comes from, but it's just a saying I guess I've heard people say is, don't be surprised that the people who know you the least talk about you the most. Those are the people that always bothered me, because it's like, you don't know me, why are you talking about me? But that's just it. Why am I so worried about a person who does not know me talking about me? Well, because then it doesn't allow others to have their opinions on me first and just base it solely off of what someone else says. Well, okay, so first of all, the person who's talking crap about you, they barely know you. And if people are really listening to another person's opinion about you before having ever met you. They just take someone else's word as gospel. Those aren't the kind of people that you want in your life anyway, right? I mean, I don't. So, yeah, that's really it, guys. That's all I really wanted to get out, convey to you, is that you're important, you're loved, and you're getting there. You're getting there. And I have faith that you can get all the way to the end. All the way through the fire. I do. And you know what? I think I have faith that I can too. Because those people who don't know me, that are talking about me, well, they probably weren't going to get to know me anyways. And the people that believe them, they don't want to know me anyhow, right? Well, guys, I think I will leave you there with that parting thought. And I will see you in less than a week. Watch for those lives. Watch for this event to get kicking off, because it is only a few days away, and I cannot wait. But in parting, I shall say to you that I hope that wherever you are in this great, big, beautiful world of ours, that you are having a terrific morning, evening, or afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are. All right, you guys, big love to you. Happy Turkey Day in a couple of days. And one massive thing that I am grateful for this year is you. Thanks again. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.